Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
We hope you're doing great.
Well, we wanted to go live really quick. My name is Zakir. I am a brand cultivating strategist, and what that means is I help your businesses to look good on social media. So that can include photography, that can include social media, whatever you need to do to make sure your social media is consistent.
Right. And my name is Taisha Bradley. I'm a celebrity publicist and also an event curator. And so what that means is that I help people become famous or even well known for living in their purpose and sharing their gifts with the world. And then also I curate events just because events are fun and I really, really like events.
And you do so good at it too.
Thank you.
So we wanted to go live today. I had reached out to Taisha. Has it been a month yet? I guess some time ago.
Yeah.
And we just had a conversation, and I kind of just threw it in the conversation that I'm about to be a seat filler. Do you know anything about that? And you were like, yeah, I've done it before. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need some pointers because it was my first time doing it. I mean, I've seen it. I know that I've always wanted to go to an award show, and I finally got that chance, but I had no idea how to go about it. So I reached out to Taisha, and of course, she gave me some pointers about makeup and just a few of the things we're going to cover today, actually. Makeup and the outfit and,
just kind of what to expect. And, you know, it's really a unique experience. And I would say really like you're the only other person that I know who has been a seat filler before, even though it's something that's, I guess, fairly common. Maybe if you live in like LA or New York, but you're the only other person that had ever been a seat filler. Right. So when you ask me, do you know what a seat filler is? I'm like, yes, why? It's like I'm going to be one. I'm like, oh.
It's like a little secret society.
Yeah, it is. It's a really unique experience.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk today about our experiences being seat fillers. We're going to talk about what a seat filler is, what our experiences are, what we learned from being seat fillers, and then like if you are interested in being a seat filler, we'll give you tips so that you can be better prepared for us because it's a lot of stuff. So.
It's a lot. It is. But you know, after your first one, it's a breeze.
Yes.
You know, so.
But if you're not ready for that first one, you know,
it could make or break your experience. It could.
It could. Yeah. Well, it's going to be a great experience either way. But just kind of getting ready can be hectic. Yeah. You know, if you hadn't done it before. But we're gonna hook you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so let's see. I got my seat filler opportunity. I got to be a seat filler for the CMA Award, which is the Country Music Association Award. I consider that like the Grammy for country music.
Yeah.
Right?
And let's tell them what a seat filler is, in case anybody doesn't know what a seat filler is.
So just so you're like, okay, what are we talking about here? So a seat filler is basically a person who fills in empty seats during live events. So events that are live like we are right now. The events that are live that will be on TV later on. So
mostly broadcasted kind of things, right? And it's a person who's kind of sits in empty seats so that it looks full, so that the crowd doesn't look empty, so it looks like a full house. And yeah, for the camera, you know, when you pan the audience, it always looks really full. And you know, of course, everyone who has a ticket doesn't always show up on time, so you can't have those empty seats. So you gotta have people to sit there.
And you know, those award shows where you kind of see people like on the floor somewhere. You're like, how did they get there? And actually, they're a seat filler because that's what I did.
Seat fillers they're usually good seats because they're in the camera view, you know, and usually the seats in the back are not. But so if you're a seat filler, you're going to be like near the action. So.
Yeah. So I knew I wanted to be at an award show. I mean, I'm a photographer. I thought I was going to be a photographer. I would get to photograph first. But I think I literally just Googled how to be a seat filler. I knew the award show was coming up. I Googled how to be a seat filler for the award show. And boom, this agency showed up. They had a Google form on their Facebook page that just said, enter all your information here and we will contact you. And basically the next day they contacted me saying, okay, which time are you available to come for a rehearsal? Because again, because it's a live event, it has to be perfect. They have to rehearse. So they're like, which rehearsal can you come to? And I think I just marked all of them because luckily I had a good work schedule that week. So, but I think.
How long was rehearsal? How long?
But we were only there for one song. We were there for like one artist song. That was one rehearsal for one song. And then because I was there for both of them, the next rehearsal was somebody else's song. So it was literally just one song. But in between the takes of that song, when they were recording it, they were telling us what to expect, what not to expect, what happened in the day of, things like that. So,
okay.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
So you went through a third party, like an agency that is offers services for seat fillers. So you just kind of fill in and they kind of let you know.
Yeah. They told us, they gave us a long email of what to expect, like what you're going to be doing, kind of. And then they told us even more. I think for me, because I had an idea of what a seat filler was, I wasn't like completely oblivious.
Right.
But they kind of filled it in a little bit more for those who had never been there before and just simply wanted to be there for the show. And that's what happened. They found out, everybody else found out because I just want to go to the show. I don't know what it is, I just want to go to the show.
I want to go. So, and it's work, right? Yeah. Well, your experience was work.
Well, that's the way the lady put it. The manager, she was like, you're working, but you're not working. You're working, so I need you to be professional, punctual, dress professionally, all of that. So, but it was good though. It was supposed to be, you would think it's a black tie because, you know, if you know the CMA, you know that it's like the Grammys. Grammys is kind of a black tie affair. But here we are in Nashville, in the heart of the South, Music City. Some people got on black jeans and heels.
Cowboy boots.
Basically.
Gotta have your boots in Nashville. You know, it's like the Nashville uniform, like the A-line sundress and the boots. Yeah. That is like the Nashville girl dress code.
That's exactly what it was. Some girl came up with the sundress and on the leggings because it's winter. It just dropped down. It was raining and cold. And the black boots. Because they did say all black.
Oh, okay.
So it was all black. But that was just the rehearsal though.
Right.
So rehearsal, they wore that and they thought they could get away with it. Great. But then toward the end, when she was finally telling us, like, okay, this is what I need you to do the day of, that's when she was like, okay, you need to show no skin, make sure you stay warm, make sure you wear comfortable shoes because you will be standing, you will not get to sit. Make sure that whatever we had to do a dress check where the day before the show, the rehearsal was 2 days before the show. The day before the show, we had to come back to do a dress check. Whatever we're gonna wear on the show, we had to come.
So you have to wear like a dress rehearsal.
Yep. Wear exactly what I was gonna wear after the award show the day before. So, so I thought that the first actual rehearsal was gonna be the original dress rehearsal. I thought, okay, let me wear what I think I'm gonna wear to the dress rehearsal. So I had on a long gown, a long sleeve gown, makeup, the whole bit. So then I get there and I see everybody in their sundresses and cow boots and black slacks. I'm like, okay, I was confident in it.
Well, listen, you can never be overeducated or overdressed.
So I got plenty of confidence, so I'm okay with that. But then the actual day of the show is when I kind of understood what she reiterated, you have to have comfortable shoes. Because I had on heels, because my dress was kind of long. So I had on heels, I didn't want to step on her dress. So I'm like, okay, I did kind of change it to be a little more laid back. I had like this silk long sleeve shirt, button up, and I had another black shirt because the top of the part can show skin. I had another black shirt, one to layer up.
And so you couldn't show any skin.
No skin. You had to cover, not turtleneck cover, but cover your neck kind of like this. My sleeve had to be all the way here. Same thing. If you had on a dress, okay, make sure you have on leggings, black leggings, closed toe shoes, the whole bit, so no skin.
Wow.
Yeah, but still, people had on. I changed to little flary hippie style black slacks.
So you can add a little style with it. You're all black everything. You can add a little style, just not too much. Too much skin.
Yeah. Okay. And it was just really laid back, But yeah, that's just the outfit. That's the
outfit alone. So
yeah. But
so do you think it's good for people to have like an all black outfit?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Like, if you're gonna be a seat filler?
Actually, some people were asking like, do I have to have to? And they were like, no, just dark color, dark blue, dark gray. Okay. And some people did have on that, but it was again it blended in because she said no, nothing shimmery, nothing bright, nothing shimmery because we don't want the camera to bounce off of your, diamond or whatever it is. So simple colors, simple patterns, all of that. So yeah. Now, what about your outfit though? What about your story?
So my seat filler opportunity came kind of out of the blue, and it wasn't through an agency. It was kind of word of mouth. It was actually a personal invitation. So I, at the time I lived in Maryland, and I have some family that lives in Jersey, and one of my cousins there is high up in his company in New Jersey. And there was an event in Washington, D.C., really close to Baltimore, where my cousin would come to DC to visit or for work things, we'd have lunch. So it wasn't, it's not far. It wasn't out of the way, but it wasn't in town. So I was at work. It was probably like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. My cousin calls me in the middle of the day, which is really strange. So I pick up and I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, I have a seat filler opportunity in DC. Can you do it? So I'm like, what? I kind of knew what a seat filler was, but didn't really know. And so apparently his company had bought a table, a $10,000 table. $1,000 to plate table. And you had to have it. If you bought that table, it was in the camera view because the event was filmed, and you had to have your table full. And apparently someone couldn't come and they needed a seat filler. And so the seat filler had to be there before they started filming. It was the National Association of Black-Owned Broadcasters banquet. And so I'm in PR. And so I was like, this is great. Like, absolutely. So, you know, when I hear that, I'm like, I'm all in there. Like, it doesn't really matter what's going on. So the only thing he told me that is that I needed to be there, I think, no later than 6. And that it was black tie. Okay, so I'm at work in the middle of the day, just kind of regular day, not real dressed up. So of course, like, I got to get dressed like right now. I didn't have a gown or anything. So I just like told my boss, like, listen, this is what I'm about to do. Are you good? And he was like, yes, go, go, go. Once a lifetime kind of thing. And so I just kind of had to leave work early and just kind of take off. And I had to go find a gown, and I had to get a couple nails fixed because a couple of those were missing. You know, you can't wear a gown and like everything else isn't together. I did my own hair. I figured that out. Did my own makeup kind of thing. And I had some shoes already that matched the dress that I found, but they were like some stilettos, which turned out to be a bad idea later to wear. So basically, that's how I got my opportunity to be a seat filler. I kind of didn't really know. I just knew that I wanted to be at the National Association of Black-Owned Broadcasters event. So yeah, sure. And so, you know, I kind of got together and I got there. I got there late. I got there before 6, before it started. But I missed part of the program, and it wasn't okay. I was gonna say it was okay. It was okay as far as being a seat filler because I was there before they started filming, but I had no idea like the magnitude of this event and like what I was missing when I couldn't get there. And I guess there's nothing I could really change because I had to be, you know, formal wear and I had to be pulled together, and so I got there the time that I did. But,
and then give and take the traffic,
man,
right?
Oh gosh. Listen, if you're in the DMV area, you know that traffic to DC is like crazy. So at least probably like over an hour of that was just getting there. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because once I got there, and so I'm in this little sports car. So like I had my gown all piled up on me, and it was a stick shift, and so I'm just going, you know, oh well, I'm in there. And so when I get to the hotel is just packed to capacity. Like the whole parking deck, the lot, there's no valet, like nowhere to park within blocks in DC. And it was dark by then because it was winter. There was nowhere to park. So I ended up driving maybe like 6 blocks away before I could find like some street parking in this really dark neighborhood. So I'm like, all right, I got to get there. So I get there and I probably got like 30 minutes to get down the street and get in there. There's no way that I could have made it. Like I had these stilettos on because I figured, you know, I was going, you know, I'll sit down and, you know, be sitting. So I parked and I hopped out of the car and I'm like, I just got to make it, Lord. I just got to make it. So I'm walking down the street and I'm like, I'm never going to make it. I'm never going to make it. But there's no way that I was walking down the DC streets with no shoes on. Okay. So I was like, I'm not going to make it. What am I going to do? And so this is before Uber days, you know, all that good stuff. So I see some headlights coming down the street. And I'm like, gosh, who is this? Could you ask somebody for a ride? Like, this is strange. You're going to totally get killed. But as the car gets closer, it's a limo. And so when I was at the hotel, I saw it was wall-to-wall limos. And I'm like, man, everybody's doing the most. You know, everybody brought a limo here. Okay. But so when the limo's coming down the street, I assume that if he's that far down the street, like he doesn't have a person in there. So I jumped in front of the car in the street like, oh. What? So the guy stops and he's like, are you okay? I'm like, sort of, kind of. I was like, are you coming from the hotel for the awards? And he's like, yeah. I said, do you have someone in there right now? He was like, no, I was just riding around. I was going to grab something to eat. And I was like, hey, can I have a ride back down the street like 6 blocks? And he's like, well, I was like, I'll give you $40 right now to take me 6 blocks. And he's like, sure. So at that time, $40 was just not a lot to get me out of that pickle.
That's gas money.
So I just gave him the $40 and he took me. My cousin was waiting for me outside. I called him like, hey, I'm outside, and so, he comes out, he's looking for me. He's like, where are you? I was like, I'm coming. Not knowing that I'm in this big limo pulling up. So, of course, the driver, he earned that $40. So he was really earning it. So he gets out of the car and, he opens the door and helps me out. So I got out like a real celebrity. And my cousin is like, whoa, like, what's going on? I was like, I'll explain to you later. And so he's like, come on. So we go inside. It's this huge room and everyone's sitting and like finishing up dinner. So apparently there was a dinner that I didn't know about. But I missed the dinner. That's fine. That's fine. However, the dinner entertainment on stage was Aretha Franklin herself. And she is just singing while everyone is eating dinner and having conversations. I'm like, where does this happen? So, of course, I didn't have dinner. So, like, I'm watching Aretha like this the whole time because I have no food. But it was, like, amazing. And then the award show part starts. Of course, they start filming. I made it just in time to, be in the film. The host is Steve Harvey. We are giving an award to Alicia Keys and also Maya Angelou.
Oh my goodness.
I could have died.
Oh, right.
I was like, why didn't you tell me that it was this?
But that's the thing. They don't do that. They don't do that. I feel like they don't do that to not get you too excited, but also not get you distracted. They don't do that. They don't like for me, I could have looked online and saw, okay, this is who's performing. This is who's presenting an award. But I didn't know that someone was going to present a new song. I didn't know that someone was going to bring somebody out.
Wow.
I didn't know they were going to do an acoustic version of a song.
So I guess like you're just as surprised. Like your reactions are authentic.
Yeah.
Because you kind of don't know what's in store.
Right.
And you didn't know that there were going to be performances. And I didn't know that it was going to be like wall to wall A-list celebrities. Like A-list celebrities who wasn't there. Just all, at the round tables, kind of sitting, eating, and everything. And I was like, man, I'm glad I did get those nails fixed. Because I had no idea. And, I see why it was black tie. So that was my experience. I was invited, and I just went with it, and I just showed up, and it just kind of blew my mind.
Well, what, speaking of showing up, so I told you it was cold and rainy, right?
Yeah.
That caused a little bit of a delay the day of the show for me to get there. Right. So the day before, we started like a group chat of all the first timers. Like we all kind of met. Like, have you been here before? No. Okay, give me your number.
Oh, so y'all had like a little
kind of. We were all like, okay, this is what I'm wearing. This is where I am. I'm trying to get there. So I remember the last message I really sent to the group, like, don't worry, I will be there, because I was around the corner, and downtown Nashville is
that Nashville traffic is like DC traffic too.
But they just built Nashville differently. It's like you can't. I don't know. It's crazy.
We have the public transportation, so that's.
But that's the thing. Even Lyft and Uber, because one of my group chat mates was like, I'm just around the corner in a Lyft, and I'm still not there yet. We're supposed to be there. I think we're supposed to be there at like 6 o'clock. She's standing there till like 6:05. I didn't get there till like 6:30. Wow. Because I remembered of like a free little parking like spot with free.
So if you got there late, what would happen?
But that's the thing. I feel like I was special or blessed or whatever, because as soon as I came, by the time I came, there wasn't a line. Normally there's a line of people that are trying to check you in, check your ID and all that. There was no line. But I just kept going around the corner where we had been the previous 2 days for rehearsal. And I saw the guy who had signed me in before. So I was like, okay, where do I go?
Right.
And he looked at me and he could see the distress in my face, and he was just like, that way. Right. But I think it's just because Southern hospitality, or because we had.
They probably build in a buffer because they know that people probably be
that too, because
late.
It was rainy, because it was cold. We had to. Everybody brought umbrellas, but as soon as I got into the building for the security check, everybody had to dump their umbrellas. Right. Like no big bag, no thing in your hand. Right. Turn your phone off and away. So everybody's umbrellas were just scattered around. I hope the homeless got umbrellas that day, but yeah, I mean, I got there late, and but it's never, obviously, like you said, as long as you're there before it starts filming, I mean, otherwise you miss it, because even when we were waiting, we couldn't move. Once they started filming, we couldn't move. Like they only switched us for certain sets in between commercial breaks.
So you all kind of got switched out. So you all were like a group.
We were a huge
seat filler kind of thing.
Yeah, a huge group, and they split us up between the artists that needed seat fillers.
Right.
So I guess I'll name names. So the country artist named Old Dominion. They're groups. They're like a duo, a group. they needed them for their performance, and we ended up staying by that stage because.
So what do you do? Like cheer?
Yeah, yeah, we were those on the floor like woo, you know. That's what I would do. So if you look up on YouTube, and you might see me, you won't see me because I had on all black. But anyway, but that one, and then we stayed for the next set, which was Luke Combs. So he did a set. He's a singer, but he has his own band.
Right.
But it's funny because Luke Combs was the unexpected one. We rehearsed for Old Dominion and Thomas Vest. We didn't know anything about Luke Combs. Now Luke Combs is so talented, so I was excited.
Yeah.
So that was great. But no,
so
they don't
like out there screaming like for real.
Yeah, like I was actually at a concert. So yeah, and it was funny because during rehearsal, there's people of all age ranges. 18, I think someone was like 65.
Yeah, seat fillers, you can be any age.
Yeah, as long as you can stand for hours, dress appropriately, be professional. That's all I want.
Well, that was your experience, like standing and.
Well, I'm a photographer. I'm an event photographer. I'm used to standing for hours. So I made sure to have my comfortable shoes, at least the day of the show.
Right. So I guess it depends on what type of seat filler situation you're being in, because yours was kind of like an award show, conference, screaming, yelling, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mine was more formal because it was a dinner program. It was seated. There were guest speakers. There was, well, if it was security, I missed it because I was there late. Yeah. But it wasn't any kind of like bag check. There was no dress code besides black tie. So I didn't have to go through any kind of pomp and circumstance for that. But one thing I did notice at my event, and I don't know about yours since yours was a crowd, was that there were some other seat fillers at other tables that were like holding seats for other people. Well, like celebrities who were running late. Someone sits in your seat, in that celebrity seat. Yeah. And then when the celebrity gets there, you do a little change up.
We did have that. But you know what? They gave us wristbands. That's how they knew. That's also how he knew to let me go, because I had a certain wristband on that they gave me. Right. But they were two different color wristbands. One was brown. That was my color. And I remember it because it matched my favorite bracelet. But then the other one was like silver. And I noticed that those who had brown were more of the ones who were filling for the performances. Those who had silver were the ones who were filling in for those who had to get up and get an award, get up, someone was performing. So we did have that. Someone who was up front in the first, 10 rows in front of the camera.
So when the camera pans again, even though that person or those people have gotten up to receive an award or to present, it's still not empty.
Yeah, I would see information like, oh, I know her, because she's filling in for whoever just got it.
And I guess if you're at home and you're watching, like,
you don't notice.
Yeah. Were you able to see yourself on TV after? I didn't get to see myself.
I had to look really, really hard. Like almost starve for myself. I'm like, okay, I remember where I stood. I remember what song I did what and what and what. So I kind of had to look for myself more than once. But it wasn't like, oh, look at me,
Yeah, so. I never saw the broadcast for myself.
Well, I only did because of YouTube. I'm in that day age of Uber, Lyft, and YouTube, so I could look up myself.
Yeah. So when I did mine, it was probably, I don't want to date myself, but it was in the early 2000s, maybe like 2004, 2005. Okay. So, while I was on the internet, everyone didn't have like all the phones and everything. And I did have pictures from them, but who knows where they are now. Yeah. Like it was like me took them with a digital camera and he had uploaded to your computer tower. And then, when that went obsolete, like I still have the tower to this day, but like all my stuff is on. It's probably no good. But so I don't really have pictures from it unless my cousin still has some, but like the memories are emblazoned.
That's the thing. Because they didn't really allow you to do that. Have your phone out.
That's what I was gonna say. You probably aren't even really allowed.
No, I mean the only time they allowed us was at the end. You can take pictures of the stage after the celebrities have gone. You can take pictures of the stage. Right. Try not to. Don't take selfies. Don't take ussies. Just take a picture of the stage and get out.
Yeah, so that wasn't a big thing when I was the seat filler. So you didn't get to meet any of the celebrities.
Not up close and personal. Right. But before we were going to our designated spot. We were near, it's like this other VIP bar section. So there were people coming and going. Right. So it wasn't like, hi, I couldn't network. I couldn't introduce myself. But I was like, ooh, there's so-and-so. But you have to have a straight face. You're not supposed to be like, hi, you're not supposed to do that. So I was like, ooh, there's so-and-so. So I was like, something like that. Yeah. But that's it. But I know I couldn't even network. I mean, the closest I tried to network was with my other seat filler because, not everyone is just you know, they don't do this for a living. Not everyone wants to be an actor. Some people literally want to be in the music industry. That was their step. You know, so I got to really network with who I was seat filling with. That was about it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
because those are other people, you know, who are progressive. And trying to do things.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So with me, I did get to meet celebrities, and that I didn't know like that was going to happen either. So again, like I didn't know the format of anything. So, okay, I missed dinner. I missed most of Auntie Aretha, but I got her, God rest her soul. I can add her to my list. I've seen her. So I've seen Aretha Franklin perform, and I've seen Michael Jackson and Prince.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
Bucket list. So after the event, I'm thinking it's over. Like maybe me and my cousin will hang out and go like get a drink at the bar downstairs. But he's like, oh, there's like a meet and greet after. I was like, lies you tell. So there was a meet and greet after. I thought that it would be, you know, just mostly like the people who were attending there, people who bought the tables, maybe a celebrity here and there, but it was everybody.
Oh my goodness.
It was everybody. And so my background, I had an internship at a radio station when I was in college. So I've met a slew of celebrities. And so like, I'm very like, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm good. My uncle was a celebrity, and so I've been around celebrities like most of my life. So I end up being a celebrity publicist. It's like I just love the lights and the people, the interesting people, and just the hype of it all. And so, you know, I was like, oh, this will be awesome, you know, to be there. But like when I talk about all the A-list celebrities who came out, they were there. However, they were harder to get to.
Oh yeah,
because everybody's just kind of hawking around.
And their security doing. Did they have security there?
Not really. Kind of like hanging out. But again, this group is mostly like A-list people way up in the journalism world. Everybody was kind of A-list or, you know, their own business. So it's just me, you know, that kind of lucked up and was just regular Joe in there. So, you know, it was kind of open. And so it was really hard to get to like Steve Harvey. I did not see Alicia Keys there, but I heard she was there. Auntie Maya Angelou, I didn't see her, but I think she was there for a little while, people said. But there were just lots of other people that I did get to meet and get to talk to and take pictures with. Some are friendly, some are less friendly, you know. Some get more friendly as the drinks flow. Some got less friendly as the drinks flow. But it was like a really cool opportunity. I don't know if it would be a good place to be trying to network and pass out business cards, but if it were that opportunity, I would have missed out because I wasn't prepared for that. Like I didn't know that I would be up close and personal. So I didn't have any kind of business cards or pretty much anything like with me where I could present myself or network or anything.
But do you think events like that are a great time to master what they call like the elevator pitch? Like even if you don't have business card, you know what to say.
I think any time is great to have an elevator pitch perfected. But I think definitely that, you know, because you really only have about a few seconds to talk to 15. Like a celebrity before they're disinterested. Before they're disinterested or before someone else is like standing there just breathing on you guys or someone kind of interjects. So yes, it may or may not get you anywhere, but if you can give like a good little quick introduction, this is what I do, this is why I'm the best punch, you know, if that, you know, piques their interest, then they can be like, oh, do you have information or like a way, how can I reach you? So I wouldn't offer it, but like if I had that speech down pat, you know, they could have been like, oh, have your people call my people. I didn't have people, but it could have been a missed opportunity. It could have.
Well, speaking of people, this now leads to money. Now, was your opportunity paid?
My opportunity was not paid. Well, no, I didn't get paid. Okay. And it didn't appear to be the kind of event where you could like reach out to a seat filling agency and get put in like that. Like you pretty much had to buy a table or be like an honoree or maybe a celebrity. It wasn't that type of situation. So, but again, the dinner was $1,000 a plate. So I guess if you had $1,000 a plate, you know, and you were invited, then, you know, you certainly could come, but you would have to pay that. But it was not any kind of compensation. It wasn't any kind of follow-up, anything. I was personally invited.
Well, likewise, I think it was just for maybe just my company or maybe just because of the type of event. So I have a coworker at one of my other part-time jobs. And when I told her about it, because she knows we talk like that. She knows all about what I do outside of job. And so when I told her I got to be a seat filler for the award show, she actually was the security guard at the same award show. But she was like, oh, but that's cool because I've been a seat filler before. Yeah. But she kept saying Nashville. First I was thinking, in Nashville? And I was like, oh no, she's talking about the show.
The show, yeah.
And she was like, make sure they pay you. But then I realized later on, I did a live show. They didn't pay me. But that's probably because it's a live show. Now, if you were on the set of a TV show, probably they will pay you.
Oh, yeah, they do. So they film Nashville, the show here in Nashville, and I see, like, casting calls for it a lot. And, like, as a publicist, I get a lot of casting call kind of things where people looking, like, for celebrities and red carpet kind of thing. So if you're into that, hey, hit me up. I can get you on the carpet.
Yeah.
But so you can be an extra on Nashville for the show. However, I think you have to dedicate like 8 hours of your day for call. Yeah. Like, so whether you film or not, you have to be there like the whole time.
Yeah.
And then it does pay. Yeah, it pays. I don't think it's like the best.
No, it's like it's gas money, groceries.
It's gas money, groceries, and you can say, "Hey, I was on this episode of Nashville." That's and if you're a student or if you have time to like take off from work.
Cause they call you the day before, the day.
Yeah. I would do it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I would do it. I don't know if I would do it like over and over again. No. Like that's my job. But
yeah. I mean, because I don't want to be an actress, but I don't mind because I do want to be in the media industry. Yeah. So that's a step forward in that industry. That works. That's cool.
So I would say that if you are looking to make money by being a seat filler, it's probably not the most lucrative thing, but you never know, like who you could meet there that you could come make a connection with that could lead to some kind of business venture in the future.
Yeah. I think I've learned that some people who were once seat fillers are good at becoming casting agencies later, casting directors later. Right. Because they've learned it firsthand.
So some of the other, so they're paid and unpaid. So they're seat fillers on like TV shows, like, and those are usually paid. Like my cousin, she lives in California now, but she did a lot of acting in New York and also California. And I remember like being a teenager, and I remember her being a seat filler for like the court shows.
Oh yeah,
like Judge Judy, Judge Joe Brown. Yeah. He's not up there anymore, but Judge Mathis. I love all those court. That's my guilty pleasure. Don't tell anybody. I love it. Judge Mathis is hilarious. Listen, do you need a publicist, Judge Mathis? But she would get paid. So not everyone in that audience gets paid, but the people that sit on like the first couple of rows that are like behind the defendants and the plaintiffs that kind of get in the camera shot, those people get paid. Okay. So I still don't think it's like a lot, but you get paid and you get to be back there and you get to do the ooh and the laughing and the clapping and make the faces and they encourage you to emote a lot and kind of do that. Yeah. And if you are not doing well, like you act up, like they will put you out.
My experience is the same thing.
Right out.
They said that in rehearsal. They're like, but he made it funny. He was like, okay, if you are not following any of the rules, and I will be walking back and forth and checking. If you are not following any of the rules, I want to keep my job, so I'm going to kick you out.
Yeah, those production people, they don't play.
Yeah.
They don't play. And then, of course, we talked about the award shows, that have seat fillers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the experience of really kind of, you literally have to be up front and just kind of blend in, literally. You're not supposed to stand out. So even if you are one who is filling in for one who just got the biggest award of the night, if everybody stand up and clap, and you stand up and clap. If everyone's quiet, you do the same thing. You have to be camouflaged.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Interesting.
So but why do you think, why do people, why are seat fillers around?
Yeah, like why does this exist?
Yeah.
Because you would think that, because for these events, like you would think that people would be dying to kind of get in and pack the house. But one thing that I feel is that sometimes, you can have a venue that's huge because you don't know how many people to expect. And then if you don't fill that entire venue, then you have to either push everyone forward, or you have to fill in the spaces. And so it could possibly be like a venue thing, where there's just this huge venue, and, you don't want 10,000 people to do this show, but the venue seats 10,000.
Yeah.
But maybe 5,000 is enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're just kind of filling that in. So sometimes they need seat fillers just kind of fill in kind of the emptiness of it. And also I know about like the camera angles, you know.
Oh yeah.
Usually when you pan a crowd and see things like that, like you don't see empty seats. And so it just kind of makes it look like really full, and you know, that it's a really great experience and you're at home and you're missing out and we're here.
And that's, you know, that's literally what happened.
And it could be like nobody from here all the way back.
Yeah, that's what happened, because for us, we literally had to like, okay, get to know your person on the left and the person on the right, because you're going to be bunched up with them for a while. Because you literally have to be up close to the stage, close together. But that's the thing, that's why I can't see myself, because all of us wearing black are just, they just pan the camera right past the audience onto the whoever is performing. But yeah, that makes sense, so it doesn't look empty, you know, because of course, at least from the business side, they will lose money if anything looks empty. It's a live event. Right. And then I think it's important to just make sure that everything's full looking. Right.
It also helps the talent as well.
Yeah.
And so I spent 1.5 years doing like theater marketing, and you know, the talent on the stage feeds off kind of like the energy of the crowd, and then they feed off like the packed house. So they come in and they just want to see like a packed house. It doesn't matter how it got packed, who it is, but you kind of feed off that. So imagine, you know, you're putting your all and you're backstage and you're ready to come out and rock it, and this kind of, you know, a few people are here and kind of there. Somebody's walking around a little bit, you know, somebody's clothes are blinking in your eye. So, you know, you just kind of want that feeling. So it's great for the audience, I mean, for the talent as well, to have those seat fillers and have that packed house feeling. Y'all are yelling and screaming. It's like a real like concert. So I think it's beneficial for the talent as well.
Agree. Yeah, they did say that. They're like, okay, I kind of need, during rehearsal, the first time we were just starstruck. We were like, okay, we are standing in front of Thomas Beck right now. He's performing. We were just like, woo, you know, just dancing. A lot of people would literally just probably just moving their head, right? Like you would do at a concert. Right. But then during the break of the rehearsal, you're like, okay, I need you to look more lively. More energy. Show them your energy. Show them you like the song. Even if you don't, just show them you like the song. So I thought that was a good point.
Yeah. Awesome.
But why do you think it's a good idea to be a seat filler?
Well, you start. You tell me, because mine just kind of fell in my lap. Like, you pursued yours. So tell us what made you decide to. I know you went over it, but for those who are just like tuning in, or if you're just watching this again, like tell again, like what made you decide to do it. I got lucky.
I think I honestly say I got lucky too, because I've always wanted to be in the media at an award show, but it kind of fell into my lap also that being there, it was like a lesson for me, because I'm a photographer, so I get to see from the cinematic, you know, point of view, but also because I got to see the work of how the show works and all of that. Sure. And even if I wasn't a photographer, I have, you know, the kind of managing marketing experience. So it's just having that point, that experience. Yeah. So that was just a great way to also work on my professionalism. I mean, my background when in school, I was a part of a lot of like leadership programs, right? So that was like my chance to really exert my professionalism skills that I, you know, developed.
So you're always like looking for opportunities to kind of level up. Yeah.
Because I have like a whole half of my closet of all black, right? So it's my chance to really be professional. Right. So, I mean, I just thought, you know, it was just opportunity that I really, really wanted, and it fell into my lap too, and just a chance to really learn and be professional, be out.
Right. You know? So it's definitely like a professional experience. It's definitely a conversation piece, because here we are talking about it. Yeah. You know, I think you learned from it. Mm-hmm. You know, like what to expect, the kind of people to meet, like that heightened level of professionalism.
What you would do, what you wouldn't do next time, things like that.
Yeah, those kinds of things. You know, and then you kind of never who you can meet. Yeah. And then it's also like you said, bucket list, like a bucket list kind of item. Like, who can say that they were a seat fillers for the CMA? Yeah. Who can say they were a seat filler for the National Association of Black-owned Broadcasters? Maybe that's more common, but nobody I know has done it. You know, to kind of be up close and personal with them. So I think it's a great opportunity.
But what would you put that? Like, hey, I've been a seat filler for a certain show? Like, how would you put that on your resume? You know,
I don't really say that I was a seat filler because I don't think it makes a difference, like how I got there. But
what about those who were in front? You can get a screen grab of them in front of the camera, and they want to be an actor, right? And they put that on.
Oh, well, you can do like a citation that says, you know, like as seen on, or you know, you have to be a little careful. IMDb. You have to be a little careful with that. But you can certainly say, you know, as seen at the CMA award shows, and have, you know, like your screen grab or that kind of thing. So, you know, you wouldn't say anything to make it seem like you were a part of the program or a part of the programming, but if you were totally there, you can definitely say that. You know, I just tell people that I you know, that I went to that event, you know, that I've been to an event, and these are the people that I've talked to and met. I don't say that I've been a seat filler. No, because number one, I'm not always sure that people know what a seat filler is.
And two, they would be jealous.
They would be jealous?
They would be jealous. Basically, you're there.
Because listen, $1,000 a play is not in my wheelhouse right now. It will be. It definitely wasn't then.
Right.
But you know, I don't know. I think it will be great. Yeah. So let's talk about some tips. Let's help people out, because I was able to help you out some based on my experience.
Yeah. You helped me out most definitely by the makeup, because I don't do makeup. Like, I will when I have to, but that day I had to. She even said it, like, lady, put something shine on your face. So I was like, okay, what do I do about my makeup? And you literally told me, like, where to go, what to buy. Right. But funny enough, because I had already been trying to wear makeup more before, I already had, like, foundation and all of that. Yeah. So I was just like, let me practice putting it on. And voila.
So mind you, now I didn't want you to do anything fancy.
No.
So if you are not like usually do makeup,
don't
try to go all out like for something like that, because there's levels to the makeup. Yeah, exactly. But like, I just recommended like a kind of like a natural beat for you.
Something simple, but most importantly, the lips. Have a little shine and follow the lips and the eyes, like eyeliner, eyeshadow, and lipstick.
One of my good business friends, who's a beauty influencer, said that, you know, as long as your eyebrows are together and your lips are together, you'll look pulled. Listen, except for today. Oh, they're always together. You have full brows. My brows are sparingly.
But no, those comfortable shoes are important, especially if you are at one of those events that are standing, or even walking. Like, like they say, they tell you, they're not going to be in the park.
Expect to park.
They're not going to be in the parking
if you're driving yourself, or get like an Uber or a cab or something like that. Yeah. So comfortable
shoe was just so important. I remember, I felt my feet felt better than if I had worn the stiletto that I wore at the rehearsal, because I had on flats. I think they had like 1 inch of heel. So I felt much better because of the comfortable shoes.
Had I tried to walk down to the event in my stilettos, I wouldn't have made it.
And you would have hated the rest of your night, wouldn't you?
I probably would have went back to the car. Like, once the opportunity to like come in had passed, like I probably just would have went home. But I would have missed the reception.
Right.
That's okay. God is good. He knew what he was
doing. But it was, exactly.
I know, and I got to pull up in the limo.
Yeah, how about that?
So yes, comfortable shoes. Make sure you have comfortable shoes, even if you can change your shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We couldn't, because they literally like nothing but a small handbag.
But they have those little flats now for women. They're like little ballet slippers that kind of fold up, and you can put them in a little pack. You know, and if you can't have a purse, you know, you might stick in your bra or something. But I would figure either wear comfortable shoes or have some kind of backup.
Yeah.
Because it's usually walking and standing. Yeah. Another thing, we were both like a little tardy to the parties, right?
We were.
I would give 2 hours time. You know, if you're there early, great. You can kind of sit down, chill out, take a couple selfies.
But I think for most of us also, we both had to come from work too.
Yeah.
So that kind of made it difficult. Like, if you literally are one of the people who came from out of town just for this event, stuff like that. Yeah, be there. Hour and a half, 2 hours early. But we both had to come from work, and we're pushing it. But
pushing it.
Yeah. But if you can, definitely be.
Take the day off. Leave super early.
If you can. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So time is a component too, you know, trying to get there, not feeling rushed.
Right. No. But then, there's the generation of the stage and being at the show. But for me, where I was I could hear my favorite artists, but I couldn't see them because where I ended up being, the side stage, was directly behind the cameras that were recording everything. So the main stage was that way, and where we were right here. So there was another side stage, but we weren't a seat filler for that one, and we couldn't. Again, that film, we can't move. So don't expect to watch the show. Like, yes, embrace the experience of being at the show,
right?
But don't expect to fully watch.
So you didn't get to see the whole show.
Not the whole show, but I got to hear it. Yeah. Thankfully, I got to hear it.
Listen up.
Yeah. What about you? Did you?
Well, yeah, because we were just seated,
table,
at these round tables, and then there's, a stage, and it's going there, and so I was literally maybe like 2 tables back from the stage, so I saw and heard everything.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, from when I got there to the very end. So yeah. Okay. I did. And again, it wasn't thousands and thousands of people like your event. It was probably maybe like 80 to 100 people. So it was very kind of manageable. And again, it was a lot of A-list celebrities. So it just wasn't like a lot of sidebar conversations and, that kind of thing. I wouldn't say that part, the ceremony, wasn't like a super fun thing.
Yeah.
But it was just super cool to be able to be there. But I wasn't able to like talk and be like, hey, like it was not that kind of party. Like you had to govern yourself accordingly. Yeah. But afterwards, the reception, you kind of got to let loose and hang out. And so I'm glad that I did get to do that opportunity.
Okay. I think. What do you think that we can just kind of summarize being a seat filler basically means be a celebrity for a day, but also always expect the unexpected?
Yes, definitely that. But let's go back to one more thing, because we both had like a kind of a hiccup with the clothes. Because remember you were sending me like screenshots of outfits and like what to wear.
And then I didn't even wear what I sent you.
You did it?
I did that. I sent you what I wore, what I decided to wear after all of that. Like, you know what? That's that. I
okay. All right. Well, it was black, so
but it was still black. It was still black.
Yeah, and then I had to go out and buy a gown.
Yeah,
a gown.
But you know what?
I'm plus size, so like that was not an easy feat. I'd say that probably took like the most of me getting ready was to go out and find a gown.
Yeah,
so I mean, luckily, definitely have dark clothes.
Yeah, but you know what I saw? That kind of, this is just me. Maybe I'm old school like that, but I saw, again, we're in the South, so people got different attire ideas. But I saw people were dressed like they were going to the club. Oh. I'm like, you're not going to the club, you're going to the concert. You're supposed to be professional. So, just in case you don't want to know, this is me. I'm an old soul. Here's what I say. If you don't know if it's long enough, if it doesn't stop here, if you put your hands here and it doesn't stop there, you are not wearing the right dress. So that's just me. If it does not stop at your hips, you're not here to let people see what's going on underneath that.
So that's it's like that old school.
Yeah, that's just my old school rule, but it works for any event.
Right. So there was a too short. Like you could have.
To me, it looked like it was too short.
But they had a dress code, right?
We had, So we had a dress rehearsal.
Oh yeah, a dress check. The dress.
So
they actually
they checked. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first day, people got away with that. They came with those dresses, little cowboy, stiletto boots, whatever. Right. But then by the time the check came, we were like standing around for a while because we had to wait for everyone to get by.
Right. So be prepared to have your outfit.
Yeah.
Checked.
The day before.
The day before.
Same exact outfit. If you change it,
right.
They probably wouldn't have let you in, actually.
And then you can't have any of the skin out. That was for you.
No. Yeah, I literally had to have
not short.
Not
tight,
too short
kind of thing. There was I don't think there was a dress code for mine except for black tie. But I knew not to wear anything sleeveless, and I'd also have a shawl too, just in case arms was too much. I did have a shawl.
And it does get cold. In the building, so make sure you're warm because ain't nobody gonna help you with the jacket.
Yeah, so make sure that you have like an all black outfit at least, for that kind of situation. If you are possibly going to be doing something formal, then make sure that you have some kind of formal wear outfit, like a gown. It could be like a bridesmaid gown that you wore in a wedding. Like some people just kind of get rid of them or they sell them, but like hang on to a couple of those because you may need them, and make sure that you have like shoes to match it and a purse. So after that same outfit, like just in case it ever happened, like I had it all on a hanger, like in a zip bag, ready to go in case I ever got like another opportunity to do that. Of course, I wouldn't want to wear the same gown, but like, who would know? Yeah,
exactly. And the gown that I originally wore during the dress rehearsal, because I thought it was going to be more formal, I just bought it for my birthday one day. I was like, I want a gown for my birthday. And I think I wore it to dinner one time, and that was it.
Well, there you go. It gives you a reason to go out and buy like a gown. Or for guys, you would want to buy like a suit, like a full suit, jacket, tie, maybe not a vest, but guys, you can dress it down. So you can take the jacket off and take the tie off if it's not that formal. But I would definitely have like a really nice suit on.
Every guy needs one good suit.
Yeah. Or like one of those modern tuxedos. So not the ones with like the little tails. That's kind of what, like the modern tuxedos. Yeah, like the really nice suits. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And you kind of just put it on. I mean, it's easy to put on. It's not a full,
Yeah. So definitely, make sure that you have a lot of time to get there.
They got your outfit.
We don't recommend going to work that day or leaving early or something, but give yourself like at least 2 hours to get there so that you have time to kind of breathe. Wear comfortable shoes. You might want to take like an Uber or a taxi or anything.
Have a little budget then. If you know that this isn't going to be the paid event, have that budget for food, because for rehearsal for me, because I stayed for both of them, I had to make sure I had my snack because I wasn't going to go eat. But some people did go down the street to eat something.
To leave.
Make sure you can eat something because you're not there to eat either. Well, at least for me.
So they don't feed
you're not
you?
There. No, they don't feed you. So you're lucky if you were sitting at the table. But yeah, they're not there to feed you. And then, just expect the unexpected and make sure that you make the most of this experience, a once in a lifetime experience. I mean, that's all it is. It's just a grand one of those. It's like you can build a community with seat fillers, because it's that special of an experience. But
yes, sure. So you can put it on your bucket list for 2019 to
be a celebrity for a day.
Be a celebrity for a day by being a seat filler. You can have it like word of mouth. You
go
can
online,
go
Google
online and look for seat filler agencies. There are tons of them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe even casting agencies have those seat filler opportunities. But I highly recommend that people do it, at least once.
Yeah.
Some people, will probably like to do it a lot, and they might be able to earn money from it. That wasn't necessarily our experiences. However, I think our experiences were priceless to be able to do that.
I agree.
So, would you be a seat filler again? You
I
probably
would.
Are going to be one again.
Right? I might. It might work out again.
I might
because I think
with your little agency and do it again.
Yeah. But you know what? The same company, they're like, hey, make sure you're on our email list so we can tell you about more events.
Oh,
so they might. And that's what they also said. They said the more you're with our company, the more you do these things, we will call you, and we will call you to be. Because when we know you better, we'll call you to be upfront. We'll call you to be,
and you already know the drill. You know the dress code. You know what to wear. You know where to come to.
And they know that you're not gonna act up. So
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool.
Great.
But it was fun.
Yeah, lots of fun.
It was fun.
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely a once in a lifetime thing unless you do it more than once.
Yeah. Very
cool.
Okay. Well,
I'm glad that we were able to talk about this.
Yeah,
and
me too.
Talk to other people. Who maybe don't know what a seat filler is, or maybe heard of it, but don't really know people.
I don't know how.
Or don't know how.
I got on my comments.
Yeah.
Like, how did you do that?
Yeah. Or you aren't in the entertainment industry, or somewhere like New York or LA. There are opportunities to do things like that in other places. Pretty much anywhere that may have a large kind of conference or a gathering or
filming or just a popular filming city.
Yeah,
Miami.
Any kind of filming.
You know what? I had I almost was a seat filler for the BET Hip Hop Award. That was one of my fault. But it didn't work out because I was late. Because I had to travel an hour.
That's okay. So when we go, we won't be seat fillers. We'll be real.
Yeah, you'll be there for the PR. I'll be there as the photographer.
Right. I'll be there for the red carpet.
There we
go.
go.
I want to do. That'll be the next thing. So once I get on the red carpet, and that's so I've experienced it from the PR side, but not actually being on the side that's walking the carpet. So when I do that, we'll talk about that.
And I've done photography for red carpet, so I'm ready to go on to the show.
Oh, well, this sounds like another webinar then. Say no more.
I know. How about that? But you know what? In the meantime, if you want to contact us and let us know what you think or find out more about being a seat filler, you can visit our website. My website is my first name and my middle name.com, ZakiraNayar.com.
And my website address is my first and last name too. It's TaishaBradley.com. That's TAIISHA Bradley.com. And you can join my email list. And I send out events. I send out information about kind of events that I'm working on, and also PR media opportunities. And I share all kinds of good fun stuff. Okay. So you go to my website and get on my email list, then I can let you know what's going on.
Okay, cool. I'm all things visual. So social media, photography. You need help branding yourself, your outfit. I can help you with that.
Yes. And if you want to be famous and be on red carpets, and you don't have to be a seat filler, we'll be your seat fillers. Then talk to me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you've learned a lot. And if you become a seat filler, let us know. Take pictures where you can, not where you're not supposed to, but take pictures and kind of post them on our social media. Let us know. We'll share them and let everybody know that you are in our seat filler club.
Yeah.
Celebrities for a day.
Yay. All right.
Hey, thanks for tuning in.